Hello students, from this lecture we are going to study chapter number 21, neural control and coordination. Here in this chapter main topics we are going to discuss, it is about coordination between two organs or two systems of the body, neural system, human neural system, central nervous system in human body. First of all, let's understand what is actually neural control and coordination, its simple meaning. As we know, in our body, human body, various organs they are arranged and organ system are there. Their function is different, and all over, if we talk about the function of this system, main function is to maintain homeostasis. What is homeostasis? When all activities, biochemical activities or metabolic activities in human body going on its normal way, balanced way, it is known as homeostasis condition. It means that anabolic processes and catabolic processes both are working in normal way. Now what about coordination? We know the simple meaning of coordination. Coordination, if we talk about our body, it's actually process through which two or more organs interact and they complement their functions from one another. Okay? We can example of any physical exercise or energy demand of our body or any two system which actually coordinate with each other. If we take example of neural system of our body, nerve system of our body and endocrine system of body both coordinate each other. Okay? For particular activity, message is passes from our neuron system to organ and organ to nerve system again. So many activities in the body going on. Suppose we are taking example of respiration. For respiration, supply of oxygen is must. So, muscular activity, increased supply of oxygen is necessary for increasing the rate of respiration, heartbeat and ultimately blood flow through blood vessels. It is required during any physical activity, physical exercise in body. If once this physical activity, exercise is stopped, after some time, activity of nerve, lungs, heart, kidney or any other organ gradually returns to its normal condition. So, whenever requirement of oxygen is more, at that time all system it become more active, and if once activity is stopped, now no more oxygen, extra oxygen is required, at that time this activity which was stimulated due to this region, this stop and going on it's in normal way. So this way, this type of function of body, muscles, lungs, heart, blood vessel or any other organ of the body, actually they coordinated while performing physical exercise. One of the best example of our body, that is coordination of neural system and endocrine system. If we talk about our neural system, brain, spinal cord, they are main organ at CNS and nerves arising from this, they form our neural system. If we take example of endocrine system, various hormones, chemicals, they are released from our various gland. Okay, if we compile both this system for various activity of body, so we can say both system, neural system and endocrine system coordinate each other, integrate for various activity of the body organ in human body. And this way, so systematically both this system through their coordination working normal way in our body. If you talk about neural system here, when we talk about coordination of both system, as we know, it's a brain, spinal cord and nerves arising from this system. They are main part of neural system. They are required for quick coordination. It means message passed through CNS to organ and organ to CNS. If we talk about endocrine system, endocrine glands are involved here. They secrete various chemicals known as hormones, and this way in human body this neural system and endocrine system, they coordinate to each other this system. Then transmission of nerve impulse conduction across synapse and physiology of reflex action take place. So this way we can understand easily what is neural system, what is endocrine system, and which way they coordinate each other and control or maintain various activity in human body. Now let's discuss about neural system. As we know, neural system we not highly developed in all organisms. In lower organism, it's actually a primitive organization. Neurons, well developed neural system is not present here, but it is related with conduction of stimuli, transmission of this type of stimuli. In lower organisms, lower invertebrates, primitive system is there. If you talk about hydra animal and its neuron system, it is made up of network of neurons. The neural system is better organized in insects. Here, brain is present or group of ganglia is present here. Neural tissue is present, and this way we can say in insects and some invertebrates this type of primitive neuron system is arranged. What about vertebrates? If we talk about vertebrates, vertebrates have more developed or we can say well developed neural system. It is made up of brain, spinal cord and nerves, cranial nerves arising from brain and spinal nerves arising from spinal cord. So this way from primitive to well developed organisms, neuron system or the system working like neuron system for coordination is present. In higher organisms, it is well developed. Now, human neural system. As we know, it is divided into two parts, CNS and PNS. CNS means central neural system and PNS means peripheral neural system. CNS is located central part of the body, and main two organs, brain and spinal cord, they are part of CNS in human being. So they are main site, main part of this information unit processing and control. When we talk about PNS or peripheral nerve system, it actually comprises of all the nerve of the body associated with CNS. It means that brain and spinal cord, and the nerve fibers of the PNS, they are of two types. So mainly basically human nerve system, two parts are there, CNS and PNS. And PNS is further of two types, afferent fibers and efferent fibers. Now what is difference between this afferent and efferent fibers present in PNS of human body? First, afferent nerve fibers. They transmit nerve impulse from tissues or organs to the CNS. Once again, it is important to understand afferent nerve fibers means they transmit nerve impulse from tissues or from organs to CNS. If we compare with afferent fibers, here they transmit regulatory impulse from CNS to the concerned peripheral tissue or organ. So if we talk about the direction or function of both are opposite to each other. Afferent nerve fibers transmit impulse from tissue or organs to CNS, vice versa. In afferent fibers, they transmit this type of impulse from CNS to the concerned peripheral tissue or organs. Peripheral nerve system or PNS is divided into two divisions. Now, which are these two divisions? First, somatic neural system, and second, autonomic neural system. What is somatic and autonomic neural system? Somatic neural system, it releases impulses from the CNS to skeletal muscles, where in autonomic neural system transmit impulse from the CNS to the involuntary organs and the smooth muscle of the body. So, somatic neural system this way, so release impulse from the CNS to skeletal muscles. Autonomic neural system, it transmit now impulse from the CNS to the involuntary organ and smooth muscles of human body. If we talk about further classification of this, the autonomic neural system is again classified into two types. These are sympathetic and parasympathetic neural system. Again, both of these sympathetic and parasympathetic neural system, they are working opposite to each other. So this way, human neural system is a two type, CNS and PNS. PNS again two types, afferent fibers and efferent fibers. PNS is divided into two divisions, somatic neural system and autonomic neural system. And again, autonomic nervous system is classified into sympathetic and parasympathetic neural system here. When we study the neural system of human body, then one question arises in our mind. What is the unit, structural and functional unit for neural system? Neurons or nerve cell is the structural and function unit of neural system in human body. So number of neurons, they are arranged in our brain and spinal cord region. They are microscopic in structure. Okay. And this is main structural and function unit of neural system. If we talk about particular neuron, typical neuron structure, they are having three parts: cell body, dendrites and axons. Now let's one by one study these all parts. First, cell body. It contains cytoplasm with typical cell organelle and certain granular bodies. These granular bodies, they are known as Nissls granule. So, cell body, main part of this neuron, it's having cytoplasm with typical cell organelles and certain granular bodies known as Nissls granules. Then short fibers which branch repeatedly and project out of the cell body. It also contains Nissls granule and they are dendrites. So dendrites, the second part of this neuron, is short fiber like structure, branch repeatedly and project out of the cell body. These fibers transmit impulse towards the cell body. So the function of this fiber to transmit impulse toward the cell body. Then next is axon. What is axon? Axon is a long fiber. If we talk about its distal end, so distal end is branch here. Now what about this branch? Each branch, it terminates as a bulb-like structure and it is known as synaptic knob. This structure is very important here. Synaptic knob. possess synaptic vesicles containing chemical. These chemicals are known as neurotransmitters. They transmit nerve impulse from one place to another place in structure of neuron. Axons transmit nerve impulse away from the cell body to a synapse or a neuromuscular junction. Synapse is actually physical gap between two sequentially arranged neurons. But here, these chemicals known as neurotransmitters, they are secreted, so they are physically not in contact, but chemically they are in contact with each other by secretion of neurotransmitters. Based on the number of axon and dendrite, neurons are divided into three types. Which are these three types? Multipolar, bipolar and unipolar. First, multipolar. As the name suggests, it is with the one axon and two or more dendrite found in the cerebral cortex. Second, that is bipolar, having one axon and one dendrite found. It is in the retina. It is example. Third one, unipolar. Here, cell body with one axon only found. It is usually in the embryonic stage. So this way it is divided into multipolar, bipolar and unipolar type of neuron. Now further structure of neuron. If we talk about types of axon, myelinated and non-myelinated, two types are there. Myelinated nerve fiber, it is enveloped with Schwann's cell, so it is enveloped by Schwann cells which form myelin sheath around the axon. There is a gap between two adjacent myelin sheath and it is known as nodes of Ranvier. So where this overlap structure is not there, envelope structure is not there, that is node of Ranvier. Myelinated nerve fiber, they are found in spinal and cranial nerves. It is the position of this. Unmyelinated nerve fiber, it is enclosed by Schwann cells that does not form a myelin sheath around the axon, and it is commonly found in autonomous and somatic neural system. So this way, a typical neuron structure is present as a structural and functional unit of any neural system. Three parts: cell body, dendrites, axons, nucleus granule are present in cytoplasm of cell body. Then physical gap between two sequentially arranged neurons, that is synapse, where synaptic knob is there, synaptic gap is there, and neurotransmitters are secreted from here. On the basis of number of axon and dendrite, neurons are divided three types: multipolar, bipolar and unipolar. In this figure, this diagram, we can understand the structure of neuron. It means that the structure of typical neuron or nerve cell present as a structural and functional unit of human nerve system, we can say here. In this diagram, we can clearly see this part: cell body, dendrite and axon. So it's a structure of a typical neuron, which is a structural and function unit of this. Here you can see in cell body, nucleus is there, cytoplasm is there, and nucleus granules, they are arranged. One side branch dendrites fiber-like structure is there, you can clearly observe here, and on the side, that is fibers known as axon is present. So main parts, cell body, dendrites and axon we can study here. The structure of fiber axon we can see here. Schwann cells, then myelin sheath cover this fiber region, axon region. So it is on the basis of this, it is myelinated or non-myelin sheath. When this accumulation is not there, it is known as node of. Then here at the terminal end of axon, axon terminal is there, where synaptic nodes are there, from where neurotransmitters, chemicals, they are secreted here from synaptic node region. So this way the structure known as neuron or a nerve cell is a structural and functional unit of nerve system.